Hey Seekers of Wude, it's your boy Kaz with Midnite Lights Gaming, bringing you my next installment from my total goal guide. I'm doing a tutorial for every goal in Sifu. I've really been enjoying these goals. This is explosive display from the club, where you basically just need to keep a ×3 for the majority of the fight in the first trial room. Let's get into it. Stick around. Seventh and final tip, maybe the most important. Don't know why I left the most important for last. Probably because YouTube makes it so I need you to stick around so more people will watch the video. So again, this is explosive display. You're going to see me do it on disciple difficulty. I'm going to go through 7 tips to help you get this done, and I'm also going to do a complete uncut full playthrough of this particular challenge where you'll see me get the challenge and everything. So as you can see, again, explosive display is clear the first room with a score multiplier of 3 most of the fight. Now, most of the fight seemed to be not all of the fight, for sure. Sometimes I felt like some of these challenges, because there's a challenge like this at basically every level, and I felt like sometimes they were pretty forgiving, sometimes not so much. This one is probably one of the easiest ones. You've got a weapon, people kind of come in waves. So yeah, this one's not too bad. Just try and keep a ×3 for as much as you can, but don't quit too early because it does take a minute to get to this part of the level. So just go through. Even if you get hit a couple times, I would say stick with it, see if you get the challenge. And the thing that's really going to help you get this goal is to follow these 7 tips. Here they all are. I'll have some chapters for you so you can skip around, find the ones that you need, like the most. But number 1 is strike first, strike hard, no mercy. It's been kind of my de facto tip for multiple multiplier and points-based goals, mainly because any fight that's not a boss fight or has like 100 people, not really, but like 15 people in the room, is to just be really proactive and be on the front foot. You can see even in this sort of B-roll video from the squats, this guy's like coming at me and he's about to strike, and I strike first and strike hard, usually with the crotch punch, which you can use with a weapon. It's a different move, but that helps me. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Next tip on the road to badassery is hack the planet. This is basically that within the matrix here, there's some very predictable things that we can hack. And to keep our ×3 multiplier, it's important that we don't get hit. And oftentimes we get hit when we're focused too much on one guy and another guy's creeping up. You can guarantee that if there's multiple fighters in a room and you're focused on one guy, another guy is going to attack you soon enough. You just want to keep them on your screen and be able to see them coming. And again, when you know it's coming, it just makes it a lot easier. So get ready to dodge, avoid, deflect, etc. Next tip, where we at? El Numero Tres. Okay, take down the system. This is just about how you need to embrace takedowns as part of keeping that ×3 multiplier, right? So takedowns are a little bit of a shortcut to getting someone out of your hair. So anytime you see one, you just really want to do it, which is probably a little obvious. I mean, you're using takedowns all the time, but just don't mess around. As soon as the takedown comes up, take them down. The only exception is if one of them turns into fire rage mode, but we're going to cover that in a minute. And number 4 is disarm and use weapons. And really, the number 1 tip for you here is
try to get that hand movement when you're working your Louisville Slugger.
Ooh, that one had me going when I found it. We are a funny species, y'all. Okay, so basically this one is you want to disarm. I like to use sweep. I like to use crotch punch. Those are ways that I disarm. So definitely disarm anyone who has a weapon. Now, there's not a lot of people that have weapons automatically. They will pick them up, though, if you give them time and space. And, of course, you want to pick up a weapon as soon as possible because it does more damage, get you to those takedowns faster. Alright, next tip. Number 5, fire escape. So when you go to take a fighter down and they don't let you, they get all their life back, and they get those sort of yellow flames around them. I just call that fire rage mode. I didn't get any in this particular run through, so I'll show you on some B-roll here from the club. But you go to take them down, they stop you, and then they get these flames, they get all their life, and they're a more difficult fighter. So what I will say in this level, because I would just say take everyone down, please put in the comments if you know any fighters that do turn into fire or rage mode. I would really appreciate that in the comments below. But the guy with the white hair who I just took down is a little bit of a tougher fighter, but the toughest fighter you're going to come up against is this last person, and she's still not that tough. Fortunately, you don't have to mess with the Sean's disciple at the top, but that last fighter does have a bit more life. 6th tip, second to last, a Little Spatience. So what I call this idea of when you're fighting, of taking a little bit of a break and being patient and getting some space, aka spatience, is when you've got multiple fighters, you're surrounded by three. Again, this is some B-roll from the club, but oh no, this is the squats. But you can kind of see, I just make some space there. I try and get out of the way when there are three people or four fighters. You need to, be patient and make some space. Now, in the trial room, they kind of come in these like very manageable waves of 2, maybe 3 at a time, so you don't have to worry as much about it in this, but I still think this is a really important tip. And you can see me here, I'm sort of like, okay, I did a takedown, I've got a few people around me, I'm going to just move and get out of the way and make a little spatience so I can re-engage. 7th and final tip, maybe the most important. Don't know why I left the most important for last. Probably because YouTube makes it so I need you to stick around so more people will watch the video. Either way, you can taunt to boost your multiplier. So remember, the goal here is to keep your multiplier at ×3 for the majority of the fight. So that means any shortcuts to get your multiplier higher are important. So taunt is one, Mighty Calbot is the second. So Mighty Calbot is a focus move that you can unlock by staring at a mask in the museum from one of sloclap's. That's like a shout out to sloclap's last game. But yeah, so there are a million YouTube videos out there about how to unlock the Mighty Calbot. But use the Mighty Calbot and use taunt to get your multiplier back up to 3. That's it. 7 tips to help you with explosive display and really all of the challenges that are keeping your multiplier ×3 for the majority of the fight. Leave comments on any other tips you have, and let's go ahead and get started with our full playthrough where I achieve this goal. Full playthrough, here we are. I'm going to use weapon durability. That's really helpful for the 1 shrine upgrade you get before you take the shortcut to this part of the level. Now, this is not super late in the level. It's actually relatively easy so long as you use a shortcut, but you got to get through that first room. So make sure to use the shortcut. This is the location of the first trial room, and you can hear this guy talk about the trials.
What are they?
Agility, dexterity.
So I guess this one's agility, probably because you can really run around and use the stairs and make this fight a little more fun, but I'm all business, baby. So yeah, this is that room. You run down a long corridor, you're chasing after Sean, you can't get to him, and then I just pop right in. I'm just waiting for that door to open because you can sneak attack and get a quick takedown. So you can see right away I'm using takedowns early and often and getting a weapon early and often. You know what to do with your Louisville Slugger, y'all. So I'm very much on the front foot. That's the one strike I hit. I really should have used a Mighty Calbot to get up to ×3 right away, but I don't know. I thought I might have to use one a little bit later, but you can see I'm still very much on the front foot. And the fighters come in waves, so it's really kind of nice. If you stay in this room, you'll only get 1 or 2 fighters coming you at a time. At least that was my experience in this run through, and it was pretty spectacular. So again, this is the person that's the last fighter and a little bit tougher, and that's pretty much it, y'all. Very close. So the tips took up a lot more. You can see I just got it there. Explosive display. I hope the tips helped. I hope that this video helps. I hope that you're enjoying these goals as much as I am, because it has really been a delightful way to keep playing this game. And that's all for me for this video, my friends. 7 tips to help you with explosive display. Follow me at Midnite Lights, spelled a little different, on Twitter and Instagram. I'm making the push to 1,000 subscribers right now, because the second I start making even a single penny from these YouTube videos, which I do hope to do, which requires me to get 1,000 subscribers, half of whatever I make is going to go to charity that we choose as a subscriber community. All right, peace out.